you ever dreaded Christmas, maybe got that sick feeling in your stomach when the holidays approach, or maybe you're just really enthusiastic about what's going on and you can't wait to celebrate the day? Regardless, the Christmas spirit is in the air and we all succumb to it. William Auld points out in Christmas traditions as it comes around each year the obligation to keep it as strong and widespread, even among those who give small consideration to its spiritual significance and who respond to no call to worship. These words invoke the pressure that we all feel, for whatever reason, to partake in the holidays. Have you ever been called a Scrooge, that four-letter word of Christmas philosophy that's turned into a handy nomiker for capitalist barons and religious zealots alike? It's just one example of the pressure we have to partake in Christmas activities. As an American of no few years, I've felt the pressure to celebrate Christmas both religiously and just socioeconomically. In the U.S., this pressure can cause great anxiety among some people. They just tend to get depressed and don't really like the holiday season or what Christmas stands for. A lot of this has to do with the misrepresentation of the day, thinking the day is something more than what it is, which is just another day. I propose that Christmas is not a special day, it is not unique, it is just another day out of the year, and that observance of said day is completely optional if there is no moral consequence to anyone who doesn't want to celebrate it. The problem with Christmas is the dogmatic religious and socioeconomic institutions that keep us pressured to take part in the celebration. Although Christmas was adopted late in church history in the 2nd century AD, it was primarily used to help enforce new religious notions upon their converts. In Christmas and its traditions, Dawson asserts that the establishment and development of a Christian festival on pagan soil and in the midst of superstitious surroundings, unless this be borne in mind, it's impossible to understand some customs connected with the celebration of Christmas. For the proselytes, this means that they get to keep a lot of their same pagan traditions, and instead of having their native gods, that's just replaced with Christian icons. And we see that the merchant spirit of Saturnalian calends is still alive today. A lot of people think the Friday after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, is the largest shopping day of the year. It is not. It is the Saturday before Christmas, according to the International Council of Shopping Centers. And according to the National Retailers Federation, consumers will spend $800 this year on Christmas presents on average. Let's see, they're expecting $457.4 billion in sales over the holidays, 5% increase from last year. Over the past 10 years, holiday sales have risen on average of 4% every year, and this makes up 19.9% of all retail sales for the whole entire year. Demands to conform to the holiday season are great and widespread. Dateline NBC in a 1998 survey reported that 63% of respondents, quote-unquote, felt pressure to do things they didn't want to do during the holidays, while 64% felt nervous or stressed. It's interesting to note, however, that suicide does not peak over the holidays. That actually takes place in the summer, according to the Suicide Crisis Center. The pressure to partake in Christmas is universal in America, and it plunges a lot of us into debt or deeper into debt. And it can also confuse some very religious traditions with what are actual Christian truths. There is a way to lessen the debt and the stress and the impact of all this and avoid not feeling like a Scrooge. And the solution I propose is education. Education about the real religious history of Christmas, about its promulgation by corporations and the negative consequences of peer pressure that are applied when people want everyone else to partake in Christmas. Christmas is not a Christian requirement, for any of you who might be wondering. There is no mention of Christmas in the Bible, of course, no mentioned record or instructions on how to celebrate the day. It is of pagan affiliations, and in light of all of this, should not be thought of as a Christian holy day. If one were to think of it as a Christian holy day, there is New Testament doctrine that instructs us on how to celebrate holy days. In Romans 14:5-6, it says, "One man esteemeth one day above another, another esteemeth every day alike. Let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. He that regardeth the day regardeth it unto the Lord, and he that regardeth not the day to the Lord, he doth not regard it." We are further instructed in Colossians 2:16-17, "Let no man therefore judge you in meat or in drink, or in respect of a holy day, or of the new moon, or of the Sabbath, which are a shadow of things to come." Also good to note that the proletariat chains of bondage are strengthened anytime we are in debt. That don't feed the capitalist flames. Retailers make 1/5 of their sales in 1/10 of the year over the holidays. You can, at any point in time, decide you don't want to take part in Christmas. You don't have to buy Christmas presents. You don't have to do a gift exchange. It's not a requirement. If you do, however, I think opt out of giving, presents. You should definitely not allow others to give to you. Just tell them, I don't want to celebrate Christmas. The peer pressure to partake in Christmas starts when we're just little kids on the playground and we all come back from our winter break, our Christmas break, and we start exchanging notes on who got what over the holidays. And it progresses into adulthood. Holmes and Ray reports in their Stress and Life-Changing Events Index that Christmas is number 12 of life's most stressful events. In conclusion, I'd just say that it is evident that Christmas is a holiday designed to capture cash and converts, and its associated pressures to conform are a real problem. By knowing the truths about Christmas, those who want to not partake hopefully don't feel a need to partake, and those who do want to enjoy themselves, just please keep in mind that others do not, and don't let your zealousy affect the lives of others. In short, Merry Christmas to all, and to all